Adventure racing, man against the elements. Oceans, deserts, mountains, bikes, boards, wings and bodies. This is the ultimate test of human pain and endurance, challenged by Mother Nature. In this week's show, we travel to Augusta in Western Australia for the biggest participation adventure race in the world. Almost 1,700 athletes test their tenacity and endurance over 72 kilometres of stunning coastline and national parks. Rock running, ocean swimming, paddling and mountain biking. The Augusta Anaconda Adventure Race, right here on Multisport TV.
The Anaconda Adventure Race at Augusta is a spectacular off-road event in a truly wild part of the world, Augusta, in the southwestern point of Australia.
It's all about adventure really, running, swimming, paddling, mountain biking in the beautiful wilderness. Yeah, they're going to have a good time.
Community get right behind it. I mean, the crowd's fantastic, participation's huge, and Western Australia really put a lot of effort into making sure this is the greatest adventure race in Australia and the Southern Hemisphere.
It starts out with a phenomenal run starting from Cape Lewin along some really treacherous rocks, waves crashing, really atmospheric run along the coastline. They then do a 1.9 kilometre swim in the ocean, plenty of fish around between a couple of reefs and the beach. Then they do this long ocean paddle leg out towards Cape Lewin, the southernmost tip of Western Australia. And finally they do this stunning 30-kilometre mountain bike ride through the surrounding hills, up a few sand dunes and into the finish. So yeah, it's a pretty tough course.
Known for its treacherous reefs, rocks and weather, Cape Lewin is regarded by mariners as one of the most dangerous coastlines known to man. And this major tourist icon attracts thousands of spectators every year.
Well, Cape Lewin Lighthouse is the tallest lighthouse on the mainland of Australia. It's still operational. It's so tall because it stands just 16 metres above sea level, so the height gives the light the distance at night, and it can be seen 47 kilometres out to sea. Now, it's an extremely dangerous coastline. Prior to building the lighthouse, we had 22 shipwrecks. Since it was built, we just had one 100 years ago. And it's fairly original as well. Got original lenses from the 1890s operating tonight, as I have done for 114 years. It's pretty iconic for the area, for the state, and we get people from all around the world wanting to come here. It's got that sort of sense of man against nature on the edge of the continent here, so it's got a lot of romance, a lot of adventure associated with the shipwrecks. When you're on the site watching those people race around the rocks and you see them run along the beach, it's just awesome. So we just love it. We love everyone coming down, and we're really proud that the Anaconda continue to come here.
The Australia-New Zealand sporting rivalry is legendary, and the Trans-Tasman Cup is the ultimate prize at this event.
New Zealand is very well known as a very strong multi-sporting and adventure racing country, and I have a lot of respect for them as a country and the approach they take to the sport. So to have a couple of their big names out here to race against is a bit of a privilege.
I honestly think that the Aussies have got the slight advantage. We're used to this format, and we're also used to the swim.
I guess our plan is everyone just go as hard as you can and, you know, do the best we can, and hopefully our combined times will beat the Kiwis.
There's a lot of talent in New Zealand, and we should never underestimate their abilities.
Yeah, I'll give them every opportunity to run themselves into the ground. They can do that if they like.
I think I wouldn't be over here, you know, if I didn't think I could win the event. It's going to be a challenge.
Team Australia!
Just be a great challenge, you know, to go up against three of Aussie's better competitors and just sort of, I guess, measure, see how we stack up.
I think it's great. I think there should be more of it. It's really cool.
Could I win the race? I guess on the day anything's possible. Not here for a Sunday picnic.
A bit interesting with a swim, not really used to having swims in our races, so that might be a bit of a tight point for us Kiwis.
Something as simple as catching a rock the wrong way and breaking an ankle and things like that are just risks that you accept when you do the sport.
Ideally, it's just a matter of us all giving it 120%, and then whatever happens at the end of it happens at the end of it.
Team New Zealand!
At 8 a.m, over half of the near 1,700 strong field of individuals lined up for the start of the gruelling 63-kilometre adventure. The entree, a 13.5-kilometre run over rocks, coastline and national park. The start of the Anaconda Adventure Race was a spectacular sight. The field spread out like ants in search of food. Anaconda Series leader Grant Suckling from Team Australia took the early lead in a group of 6 front-runners. Slippery rocks and dangerous drops plagued the runners, with broken and sprained ankles a constant threat as hundreds of runners tussled for the best race line. With the waves pounding the shoreline between the Indian and Southern Oceans, the athletes rounded the southern westerly point of Australia and headed up the west coast. Suckling was testing his competition early, but it was compatriot Jared Kohler who was up to the test and took over the lead, with Reece Bowen keeping up with the lead pair. As the front of the race passed the iconic water wheel, the teams were getting ready for their big start. The team event picks 4 athletes tailor-made for each of the specific legs. And when your team has some of the best runners, swimmers, paddlers and mountain bikers in the country, you're armed with a red-hot team. And this is the Shots team.
I'm doing the run leg here, so looking forward to that. It's a mix of soft sand running, trail single track through the scrublands by the ocean, and then also some rock hopping, so a good challenging course of 14.5 kilometres.
Well, I'm doing the swim leg, so it's 1.9k ocean swim, starting at the boat ramp just behind me, and then we're going down to the river mouth, where it's about a 600 metre run to the ski paddlers changeover.
It will start in the river, which will be extremely flat, and then come out into the ocean, as you can see behind me. It might blow up a bit, get some runners, but we'll see how we go either way. It should turn out to be a bit of fun, a bit of clear water, so it's always nice paddling out in the clear water.
It's 32 k's, cross country, mix of terrain. It's a bit of sealed road, a bit of open fire road, a bit of single track, BMX track.
Something I'm not that familiar with, running over that terrain, so it's just the first couple of 100 metres trying to get familiar with it, start to get your eye in. You've just got to sight the rocks and get a feel for what sort of path to take, and also what sort of stride length you can use to get over the rocks efficiently without sort of coming to a halt.
I've been taught how to carry our skis up, so carrying the skis up, we've got about a good 100 metres, so you get off the run, you got all your lactate in your arms, you try to put your arm above your head to carry your ski, and you get a bit of burn.
There's a couple of fast ones, I think. It's through the Karri Forest. It's like a white gravel road. Yeah, I think we get up to 60 k's an hour or so going down there.
People love challenging themselves against nature, and it's part of what makes the event. So we're all in on it, and it's a risk for everybody, but it does make this event so iconic because of it as well.
The rest of the 1,700-strong field were buzzing with anticipation as the southwestern tip of Australia became immersed in a sea of runners. Buoyed by the fact that all these team athletes had in front of them was a 13.5-kilometre run, the pace was electric. Sean O'Neill from Team Tanita storming out to an early lead, showing excellent technique over the rocks. Hundreds at the back of the pack, safety and race completion was a major factor this early in the race. Colin Ottaway from Team Hoof Hearted had the wind in his sails and was hot on the heels of the lead team runner. As hundreds of team runners were jumping for joy early in the run, back at the front of the field the individuals were setting a brisk pace. The solo athletes were approaching the 10-kilometre mark. Jared Kohler from Team Australia made his move, weaving his way through the rocks, nearing the first transition point. Dougal Allen was flying the Kiwi flag and trying to keep pace. Whilst Grant Suckling from Team Australia was finding the early pace too hot, but helped on by early race leader Rhys Bowen, wasn't letting the leaders out of his sight. Keeping with his pre-race predictions, Team Shots runner Raf was making his way through the field at a fast pace, picking off individual runners who started 15 minutes before him. As the team swimmers nervously awaited the arrival of their team runners, all eyes were on individual race leader Jared Kohler, who arrived at the first transition point following a sensational run in a time of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 37 seconds. Following a quick change into his wetsuit, Jared sprinted toward the ocean for a 1.9 kilometre swim, with the vocal Australian crowd cheering him on. 1 minute and 19 seconds behind was Team New Zealand athlete Dougal Allen, as the battle for the Trans-Tasman Cup intensified. Within minutes, the first dozen male individuals arrived, with Grant Suckling from Australia and Team Kiwi member Gavin Mason in the mix. The crowd erupted when lead female Deanna Blegg from Team Australia arrived at the transition area in a cracking time of 1 hour, 14 minutes and 59 seconds. After starting 15 minutes after the individuals, Raf from Team Shots overtook a staggering 606 runners, and with an average speed of 14.5 kilometres per hour, was by far the fastest athlete over the run leg in a scorching time of 1 hour, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. Raf only just took out the team run leg, pipping triathlete Ryan Bailey at the deck.
Look, he's just very strong now, and look, I felt a bit guilty because he didn't know I was coming, and when you get an opportunity to win, you have to take it, and he almost deserved to win today, but yeah, there's still that little bit of pride in every athlete where you want to get across the line first, and I found that today.
Team Shot